Welcome to Trucking with Fitz. Today, we're going to talk about how I saved $8,000 on my trucking insurance. Stay tuned. So, to start off with, let's just let you know what type of situation I'm in, because a lot of you guys that are watching this are probably not familiar with my videos. If you're new, welcome. Subscribe to the channel. Owner-operator, Central Iowa. Independent owner-operator. So that's important to know. I'm not leased onto a company. The numbers on the side of the truck are mine. I have this 1998 Freightliner FLD 120 Cat 304/6E. And I personally own, you see this trailer back here, that's not mine. I own this dry van that's sitting around the corner. This trailer here is actually owned by Menards Inc. And I run power only out of Marshalltown, Iowa, where they have a DC. So that's a little bit about what I do. So that's a little bit of context. I keep it to a 200-mile radius is what I'm set up for. So, well, let's get to it. I got my GoPro charging, so it's a little weird of an angle than I would normally like. But yeah, like the intro said, I'm saving $8,000. When you know that I only have one truck and one trailer, that's really significant. So yeah, you know what I do. Ever since I started my authority in 2018, fall of 2018. I guess it would have been late summer. And ever since the get-go, like a lot of people, I started out with Progressive commercial insurance. And for a lot of people, including me, it's basically the only option. You know, there's other options that are, you know, I've been told there's other options. I didn't have the opportunity to search around that much for the first time, you know, when I first got my authority. I'm told there are other limited sources, but Progressive is by far the biggest for first-time trucking companies, just starting out. And it really wasn't that expensive at the time, but it has gone up significantly. So this year is the first year that I have searched around. I might have could done it last year, but it really wasn't that high comparatively last year. So, I hadn't searched around. I didn't know. And so last year, I had 2 trucks on my insurance because I had a broken down truck that I was making payments on. I have the current truck I'm in. I was in a really stupid spot last year. Anyway, doesn't matter. So the total quote from last year is not apples to apples to this year, but last video that I talked about my insurance, I put a number $12,246 is what last year's quote would have been for this truck and my trailer. That's what it would have been. That was actually close. My insurance company did the same thing. My agent, who works with a bunch of different companies, it was pretty close. They had down $12,488 for a quote last year, for a renewal quote for 2023. That's how much it would have cost. This year, I'll let you see that. I'll let you see that in a second. I'll show you directly. This year, my quote came back from Progressive, and that total was $16,174. So basically $4,000 it went up. Thus the other video. And when I got this, I've been saving up. I have enough cash to pay all of that amount. But did I want to? No. And basically all my excess spending stopped. By excess, I mean like anything fun for the truck, a lot of things that needed to get done but could wait, put on hold because I need to know where my money's going to go. I need to know for sure how much it was going to cost for my insurance. And it really took a long time, but it ended up paying off. If I had not waited until the very last second to get this insurance, if I had pushed them and they just gave me what they had, I would have ended up paying $11,308 for that would have been Western National, is what that would have been. And that's not a bad quote. Obviously, it's better than last year's. But we waited, and this past week was my renewal. The 10th of October was my renewal, and I didn't sign papers on this other insurance company. The company's Acuity out of Wisconsin. I didn't sign until the 9th. I didn't sign until Wednesday. So I was very nervous at that point that we were going to get this taken care of. But let me just tell you the number. I paid $8,275 for 1 year. Paid up in front. $8,275 as opposed to $16,174. Yes. That's a massive difference. When I thought I was going to get a discount, I thought maybe I'd get a couple grand back. You know, not discount, but you know what I mean. Searching around, I thought maybe I'd find a company that'd get me a couple $1,000s cheaper. That's what I was thinking was going to happen, but no. And I'm going to show you here the paperwork. So hold on a second. And all right, I got the paperwork sitting on the floor. Sorry for the mess. So let's look at this. Well, look at this first. So this is last year's. I paid more. No, this is our quote for this year. If I had been making payments, it would have totaled $19,000 with paid in full discount, $2,870 or $26 off is that amount right there. This is comparing Acuity with Progressive. Last year's quote would have been $12,488. And Acuity, $8,275. The interesting thing about this whole thing is that I actually have more coverage. So this doesn't show you everything, but I have general, I have business auto, I have obviously not workers' comp. I have comp and collision, all that stuff. But they also added umbrella business policy in there too, and it's still that low. You know, like this is, hold on, it's not even like I'm getting $8,000 off, plus I'm getting more coverage than Progressive offer. And that's not the only thing that I added on. I'm not going to talk about it necessarily right now because I don't have the details. They're written on the paper, but I'd have to, go back and forth and make sure I was doing things accurately. But there's other things that is included, tow bills, stuff like that. That I forget how much is covered there. Like don't quote me on the exact amounts. I'm not going to tell you exact amounts on that. But I have more coverage now, and I'm paying $8,000 less. And I cannot tell you how excited I am. So what is the takeaway? What is the takeaway? Your insurance agent is there. They want to keep you. So make them search around. I guess that's the takeaway. Like I said, you have to be in business 5 years before a lot of these companies will consider you. But they went out to a list of probably 20, 30 companies. And this is what we came up with. And man, it felt so, I almost didn't believe him, but it felt very good. So make your insurance agent do their job. I'm not saying they're not. But when a renewal comes up, search around. Unless you're content with where you're at. But I sure was not content with 16 grand. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Significant savings. I'm grateful. That's all I'm going to say in this video. Thanks for watching today. I would love to hear from you. What do you think? Have you guys ever used Acuity? What company do you use for commercial trucking insurance? Maybe Progressive is the cheapest for you. I don't know. It's different for everybody. I'm in Iowa. It could be different in a different state. I want to know your experiences with insurance, how much you've saved by reaching out to other companies and finding out what their quotes would be. Like I say, I'd love to hear from you. Hit the thumbs up button. Comment down below, like I said. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you on the next one.